Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So answer attendance. Chaitanya Krishna. Chaitanya Krishna absent. Swati Priya.
Present, ma'am.
Afzal Khan. Afzal Khan. Akhil. Amoga. Anusha.
Yes, ma'am.
Ashwin. Aishat Fariza.
Yes, ma'am.
Bhagyashri. Bhagyashri. Chaitra.
Yes, ma'am.
Chandrika.
Yes, ma'am.
Chaya. Diksha.
Yes, ma'am.
Diksha TD. Deepti.
Yes, ma'am.
Deepti K.
Present, ma'am.
Mubina.
Yes, ma'am.
Tasira.
Ma'am.
Grishma.
Yes, ma'am.
Prasad.
Yes, ma'am.
Kevin. Harshita.
Present, ma'am.
Jasna.
Yes, ma'am.
Tripti. Tripti. Kishore. Karthik.
Yes, ma'am.
Krishna. Srija. Mahima.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Manoj.
Yes, ma'am.
Manoj Shetty. Manu.
Present, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Nikhil.
Present,
Nishita.
ma'am.
Nishma.
Present, ma'am.
Nitesh Kumar. Parikshit.
Yes, ma'am.
Pavitra Shri. Pooja.
Yes, ma'am.
Prajna. Prajna. Prajwal. Prajwal.
Yes, ma'am.
Pratiksha. Pratiksha Rai.
Yes, ma'am.
Pratita.
Yes, ma'am.
Pratiksha. Prithvi.
Present, ma'am.
Oh,
Ma'am, attendance.
okay. Yeah. So in the last class, we discussed about the introduction about HTML5. We saw what are the advantage of going for HTML5. Okay, maintenance is easy. You can download the pages easily. Accessibility is easy. Okay, it is search engine friendly. Okay, there are many advantages. It also deals with incomplete tags. Okay, then we saw what is a small introduction about XHTML, how it is different from HTML5. Okay. Then what are the versions of HTML? Okay. So till here we have stopped HTML syntax. Okay. So in the previous class I already said we can create the HTML5 document either by using text editors or Notepad. Okay, you can go for any text editors. Okay, and with the extension .html. And today I'm going to explain the 4 topics, that is HTML elements, HTML attributes, HTML empty elements, and nested HTML elements. Okay, so these 4 things I'm going to explain with an example. So this is an empty HTML document I have created. Okay, so first is comment. Okay, the first line, doc type HTML, it tells the browser that we are using HTML5 document. Okay, then the root tag is HTML, and within that there are 2 sections. One is head part, another one is body part. Okay, so in the head part we have given a title. Okay, so these are different tags, or we call it as HTML elements. Okay, what are the tags we use? They are called as HTML elements. So to give one more example, we have paragraph tag. I already discussed about this para. One, you can write lengthy paragraphs. Paragraph tag. So this is one example for HTML element. You can see in the browser how it is getting displayed. There are a few more examples. You can go for header tag. Okay, H1 tag. It is for giving the heading. Heading. See the difference. You can see the heading how it is displayed. Okay, the first one is paragraph tag. The next one is heading tag. So moving on to the next one, HTML attributes. So what is an HTML attribute? So HTML attribute, they are used to give additional features for your tag. Okay. If I want to add some additional information for a paragraph, okay, I want to tell that the paragraph should be displayed in the center. Okay, I want to make the para to be displayed in the center. So in that case, I'll be using the attribute. Okay, the name of the attribute is align, and the value what you give is center. Okay, so this is how you write the attribute value pairs. Okay, so first thing is called as attribute name. Okay, and whatever you write inside double quotes, okay, it is called as value, attribute value. Okay, and remember we are using equal sign. Okay, so this is very important. So you are giving equal sign. Okay, if you give colon, it will not work. Okay, so make sure the syntax, okay, of giving attribute value pair. Okay, just see the difference. Okay, so what will happen? We are telling the paragraph should get displayed in the center. Okay, moving on to one more attribute. Okay. So one more attribute, title. Here I have added one more attribute. Okay, title. Okay. Can you see? So I have added one more attribute. Okay, for heading I have added the attribute title. See, when I mouse over, okay, you can see the text, whatever the title I have given, it will appear in the, okay, it will appear when I mouse over on heading. Is it clear? Any doubt? Any doubt? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any doubt in giving the attribute name and value pair? So I'll be giving more example in the later examples. Okay. So for time being, I have given just 2 examples. Okay. If they ask you in the exam HTML syntax, you can give 2 examples like this. Okay. So this is one example. Align is equal to center with the attribute and value pair. This is one more example. The title is equal to any title you can give. Okay, for this is only for the reference. When you mouse over this title, whatever you have entered will appear. Okay, so the next one is empty element. Okay, so you can see here now we have used it to 2 tag. One is a paragraph, another one is h1, correct? But these 2 tags, they have open tag, closing tag, as well as the content. So there are 3 parts, correct? Open tag, and inside that you have written some paragraph. Okay, that is the content of the tag, and you have closing tag, correct? But there are some tags which don't have open and closing tag. They are just empty tags. Okay, for example, BR. Okay, anybody know why this tag is used? BR tag. Why BR tag is used?
Break.
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 Okay, it is used for a break. So I'll just enter multiple BR tag for the here. You see the difference. Okay. See, there is, so this is line breaks. Okay, new line, you can call it as a new line. Okay, so I have entered 5 line breaks. Okay, so there is a space between the paragraph and the heading. So what you have to understand here is these tags are called as empty tags. Okay, we are not, there is no open tag or closing tag. Okay, they don't have even the content. Okay, this is an example for a empty tag. Okay, empty tag or empty element. Okay, so the next one is nested elements. Okay, next one is, fourth one is nested elements. Okay, so it is also possible for us to nest the tags. You have studied about nested if statements, right? Same way you can, it is also possible to nest the tags. Okay, inside one tag you are going for another tag. Okay, so this is an example. Okay, paragraph. So I am using, okay, inside paragraph, I'm using one tag that is strong. Okay. So now this strong tag, it is nested inside a paragraph tag, correct? Inside paragraph tag, okay, I have one more tag that is strong tag. Okay. So closing tag. So this is open tag, open strong tag, and this is closing strong tag. Okay. So see the difference. So inside paragraph, I have used one more tag that is strong, and this strong tag will make the text look bold. Okay, so this is all about HTML syntax. So in HTML syntax, there are 4 topics. You have to explain what is HTML element, give examples. Okay, HTML element is nothing but HTML tag. Next we have HTML attributes, okay, which is in the form of name and value pairs. Okay, next one is empty element. I have given the example of break. Okay, and the last one is nesting the tags or nesting the HTML elements. Okay, so explain this topic with the example. Any doubt in this topic? Any doubt in this topic?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, clear, right? Okay, so next one is a more complete structure of HTML document. Okay, so this is complete structure of HTML document. Okay, so they may ask you in the exam, explain the complete structure of HTML document. So you are supposed to write this example and you have to explain all the 7 points. You have 7 points here. Okay, you have to explain all the 7 points. Okay, so first point is, here we have doc type HTML. Okay, write in the exam also, write it in points. Okay, so first one is HTML. It is a doc type. Okay, so doc type, it tells that we are using HTML5 document to the browser. Okay, moving on to the next one, that is root tag. Okay, so second point, it explains the tag HTML. So you have open tag HTML tag, or we call it as start HTML tag, and we have closing HTML tag. Okay, so this is called as root of the HTML.
Voice is breaking, ma'am.
This is breaking.
Yes, ma'am.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
So sit in a place where you get good network.
No, ma'am.
Huh? Okay, if it is a problem of one or two students, then I think it is the network problem. Okay, so make sure that you sit in a place where you get good network. Huh? Okay, so I will upload even this video. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
huh? Then you can make use of that video. Okay, coming to the HTML second one, it is called as root tag. Okay, or root element. Okay, and moving to the next part. Okay, there are two parts, as I already explained. One is head part, another one is body part. Okay, so in the head part, what we write is, it is a descriptive elements. Okay, description about the document. So in the head, okay, here in the head we will have the descriptive elements or description about the document. Okay, and here in the head opening tag, we have used an attribute. Okay, this is an attribute, correct? Okay, so this is an attribute name. Okay, in short, we have written for language, LANG stands for language, equal to, and the value of the attribute is EN. So EN, it tells it is an English language. Okay, so how to display the document, in which language the browser should display the document. Okay, which language? EN stands for English. We are telling the browser display the website in English language. Okay, and this is optional. Okay, we have not written, correct? When we have used head tag, we have not written language is equal to EN. So this is an optional. Browser will understand and it will display in the proper language. Okay, so next coming to the meta tag. Okay, so in the meta tag, we are telling how to encode the HTML document. Okay, we are sending from the browser to the server, we are sending our document, correct? So we are fetching the document from the server, correct? So when you are fetching the document, okay, the document will be encoded so that the third party should not access the document. Okay, so you have studied in the networking, correct? Encoding the document, decoding the document. So when you are fetching the document, it will be in the encoding format. Okay, what encoding format we are using? So all the characters, they are encoded using UTF-8 format. Okay, so this is character encoding format. They encode each and every character in the document so that it is not accessed by the third party. Okay, so UTF stands for Uniform Transforming Format. Okay, so this is one format, UTF-8. Okay, so commonly used format for encoding the HTML documents. Okay, so other than UTF-8, we have UTF-16, UTF-64. So they are the different encoding formats. Okay, so that is about fifth point. Okay, and moving on to the fourth point, I have not explained this fourth point. So fourth point, it is having the body part. Okay, so where you write different tags, and that tag content will be displayed in the browser, correct? So in the body tag, we have written paragraph, we have written heading. So whatever you write inside this tag, it will be displayed in the browser. Okay, the heading content will be displayed, or the paragraph content will be displayed. Okay, so body part, whatever the tag we use, that is meant for displaying in the browser. Okay, so next one is head title. So title, it is for the description about the document, title for your document. Okay, And the sixth and seventh point, it is very important point. Okay, so sixth point, you can see we are linking one CSS file. Okay, you might have used the CSS. Okay, it is meant for giving style for your document. Okay, and it will be having the extension dot css. Okay, so dot css, whenever you come across the file dot css, it is the cascading style sheet. Okay, cascading style sheet. Okay, it is meant for giving. So inside that document you will be having the css style. Okay, so this is how you have to link to the external css file. Okay, so we will be studying more about this in the coming modules. Okay, for time being, you just make a note of this syntax of how to link to the css file. Okay, so sixth point is linking to the external css file, and the seventh one, it is to link to the javascript file. Okay, so all the javascript file will be having the extension .js. Okay, so remember, html will be having the extension .html, css will be having the extension .css, and javascript will be having the extension .js. Okay, and the name of the file is, so this is the name of the file. Okay, html5 shoe, and with the extension .js, and it is placed inside the folder js. Okay, inside the folder we are placing this javascript file. So this is the extension. Okay, so make a note of this, how to give the extension for the external javascript file. Okay, so this is about the complete structure of html5 document. Okay, any doubt in this? Is it clear? Are you guys there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So this is one more tag. Okay, so you are not studying this. This is a tag. Okay, which is used in, yes, XHTML. Okay, XHTML, we used to use this entire line. Okay, but now if you see HTML5 document, we have just a one single line. Correct? It is very simple to remember. Okay, in HTML5 we have just doc type HTML. Okay, whereas when we were studying XHTML, we were supposed to write this entire thing. Okay, before starting the HTML document. Okay, so chances of making the mistake over here is high. Okay, so this is a one advantage what we have in HTML5. We need not write this entire line. Okay, so this is the syntax of doc type in XHTML document. Okay, this is only for your reference. Okay, so we are not using in HTML5. This is about XHTML. So moving on to the next topic. Okay, quick tour of HTML elements. Okay, so what are the different tags that we are studying in HTML5? Okay, so these are the tags I'm going to explain. Okay, so I'll be explaining this with an example: heading, paragraph, divisions, link, inline text elements, how to get the image displayed in the browser, what do you mean by character entities, what are the different types of list we have. Okay, so these all topics we are studying. So here, the first one, I'll explain the heading tag. Okay, so we have 6 levels of heading. Okay, what are the different ways you can give the heading? So there are 6 levels of heading. Okay, so I'll just show you all the 6 levels of heading. So first level, we will be having H1. Okay. Next level, H2. Okay. So heading tag is meant for giving the heading for the documents. So this heading tags content will be displayed in bold. Okay. So you can clearly differentiate between the content and the headings. Okay. This is the 6 different levels of heading. Okay. H1 tag to H6 tag. Okay. So you can see the difference. The highest level is H1 tag, okay, which is in the bold, and the font size of H1 tag is high compared to H6. Okay. H6 is giving, it is meant for giving small headings. Okay. So this is 6 levels of heading. So moving on to the next one, paragraph and division. So these are the 6 headings. So next one is a paragraph. I have already explained how to give the paragraph. Okay, with the P tag. P tag you can give the paragraph. You can write lengthy paragraphs. Okay, using this you can write lengthy paragraphs. And right, you can see even though you need a break, okay, you come to next line, it will not display in the next line. Okay. If you want to give the next line, you have to go for break. Okay. They have written BR in the previous example. I have written just BR, correct? So you can also use a slash, okay, or simply you can write BR tag. So break. Okay, if you give a break in between, it will come to the next line. So that is paragraph tag. So next one is a division, okay, or a div tag. It is used for creating the sections. Okay, if you want to create the part, you have to divide the entire document into divisions. Okay, then you can go for a div tag. It is meant for grouping the content. Okay, there will not be much difference if you use div tag. It is only meant for grouping the content. Okay.
Stop.
Yeah. Any doubt?
Stop.
Main content. Usually, when you see the website, it will be divided in 3 parts, correct? So you'll be having in the first part heading, okay, and in the middle you'll be having contents, okay, contents. In the heading you'll be having menu, and last you'll be having footer, correct? In the footers you'll be having link to the next pages, correct? So this is how you can divide, okay, and you can give the style for heading differently, style for the content differently, footer you can give different. Okay, so you can see there is no much difference, correct? So div tag, it is only for making the division. Okay, so when a person read your document, okay, he clearly understands that okay, this first division is meant for heading, okay, for menu. Second division is meant for main content of your document. So third division is meant for footer. Okay, it is only for dividing the content. Okay, division. So we have explained heading, paragraph, and division. And coming to the next topic, links. Okay. Going on to the next topic, links. So, so this is one of the essential feature of any websites. Okay. So if you go for any websites, there will be one or more links, correct? Link to the same page, or link to the another page, or link to a document, or link to a PDF file, correct? So you will be having different links. Okay. I'll just show you an example. So for link, we are using anchor tag. So this tag is called as anchor tag or a link tag, correct? So we are using a tag with the name A. So this is used for a link tag. Okay. So here, if I want to give any link, I'll be using the attribute. Okay, so this is an attribute href. So this is an attribute I'm using for linking to a page. So I'll give this example. I'm giving a link to another page. Okay. The external site, I'm giving a link. Here. You can see the right side, you can see the output. Okay. When I click on this, click here. Yeah, you can see here. When I click on this link here, click here, it will be displaying the website. Okay, so it is we are linking to a website, and website address you're supposed to give here. Okay. So this is about link tag. Okay, you can also give some other link, for example, W3 schools. When I run this, when I click on this, so it will open w3schools.com. Okay, so this is how you have to give the link. Okay, links in the HTML document. Okay, any doubt in this? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Suppose if you want to give a link, okay, to the same page. Okay. Imagine that I have a paragraph. Copy some lengthy paragraphs. I'll create some paragraphs. Here, here I have created a paragraph. Okay, and in the below I have a link. Okay. I have a link here. Here. When I click on this link, I want to move to the top of the website. Okay, I want to move to the top of the website. See here, when I click on this, you can see where the cursor will be taken. It will be taken to the top. Correct. Okay, so if you want to move to the particular page, okay, if you want to move to the particular page, here I just, how did I create? I have created a link tag. Okay, I have created a link tag. href, I have given hash top, some name you can give. Okay, you can give any name. Okay, and that name you are supposed to write where you want to move. Okay, where you want to move, that name you are supposed to write. When I click on this link, I'm supposed to move to the top of this paragraph. This particular paragraph I have to move. Okay, so this defines anchor for a link to the another place on the same page. If I want to move to the another place on the same page, okay, on the same page, but I want to move to the another place. Okay, so this is how you can do it. Okay, you can see here when I click, this is output here. Now I'm not there in the top of the page. Okay, you can see it is not the top of the page. Okay, when I click here, it will move to the top of the page. Is it clear? Is it clear? Any doubt in this? Any doubt? Are you able to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's clear, right? So when you can give the link on the same page, okay, by using href hash and give some name. Okay, that will take to the same page. Okay. So moving to the next one. Okay, suppose if you want to send a mail. Okay, when you click here, I just right click here to mail. So if you want to send a mail, okay, just use the value mail to, okay, mail to, okay, and write the address. I can write some address. Okay, I write my address. PCT, PC.in. So when I click on this, okay, when I click on this, I need to send a mail. Okay. Remove the extra paragraphs. So when I click on this, okay, when I click here to mail, okay, this mail ID, I want to send the mail. Okay, so you can see here when I click on this, it will ask me, okay, which mail the app you are supposed to use. Okay, it will give some options for opening the mail apps. You can go for Outlook or you can go for Google, Gmail. Okay, it will show the apps. So communicate quickly and focus on what is important. Okay, then give the mail icon. Okay, so this is how you can create a link. Okay, so link to email. So this is link to email. Okay, we are supposed to write mail to colon and the address. Okay, when you click on this, automatically, okay, the two address will be divya.isc. Okay, automatically it will append this address. Okay. So you might have observed in some websites. Okay, when you click on mail, okay, automatically you will be sending a mail to a particular person. Okay, that ID will be listed here. That email ID will be here. Okay, so this is about mail to. So the next option is telephone. Okay, so link to a telephone. How to give the link to the telephone? Automatically it will dial the number when the user click on, okay, click on the link. Okay, it automatically it will dial the number. So this is how you are supposed to give tell, okay, colon, write the number. Okay, write the valid phone number. Okay, you see the difference. Click here to call. So I'll make some change for the text. Okay, when I click on this, you can see here make a call. Okay, click an app. Okay, you can select the app and make a call. Okay, so this is how you can write a link to the telephone. Okay, is it clear? So the next one, if I want to create a link to any JavaScript function, so you have not studied the JavaScript function, okay. So for time being, don't worry much. Okay. Suppose there is a you have created a JavaScript file and you want to create a link to that file. Okay. So this is how you have to write JavaScript colon and write the function. Okay, you want to make a function. Okay, you want to link to this JavaScript function. Click here to open. When I click on this, it will open the JavaScript file. It will open a JavaScript file. Okay. Is it clear? Yes. So these are different link destination. Okay. So sometimes they may ask you in the exam, explain explain different link destinations. So you have to explain, okay, href, okay, with the link to the external site. Okay, I had shown you the first. It is an external site, Central Park. I have given a link to the Central Park external site. Or if you are going to link to the same page, okay, in the same page, you can give hash top some name you can give. Suppose if you want to link to an email, okay, how to give. If you want to link to a telephone, how to give, and a link to any JavaScript function, how to give. Okay, so this all you have to explain. Okay, in the exam, if they ask you different link destination. Okay. So moving on to the next one, next tag. Okay. So we are done with heading tag, paragraph and division tag. Link tag is done. So moving on to the next one, inline text elements. So what is inline text elements? So what is inline text element? Okay. See here, there are a few tags. Okay, I'm writing some paragraph. I'm writing two paragraphs. When I execute this, okay, automatically the first para will come first, and after a line break, the second para will be displayed, correct? So you'll be having first para, and after that there is a line break or space, okay, and the second para will be displayed. But there are certain tags, okay, there is certain tags, for example, even your link tag, okay, I'll create a link tag, okay, won't do any, can give the URL, I'll not mention in URL, okay, link one. See here, even though I write in a two different lines, the link one and link two, okay, they appears in the same line, correct? They appear in the same line. Okay, if I want to give a space, then I have to go for a break. I have to go for a break. So these tags are called as, okay, these tags are called as inline tag. There will not be any line space. Okay, there will not be any line space. These tags, okay, where automatically a line space will appear, they are called as block tags. Okay, so there are two types of tag. Okay, block tag and inline tag. So block tag will automatically will add a line break. Okay, but inline tag they will not add a line break. I'll give one more example here. See, strong. So this is an example for which tag. What type of example is this? Inline or block tag?
Inline tag.
Inline.
Inline.
Because it will appear in the same line. Test 1 and test 2, they appear in the same line. So this is an example for inline tag. Okay. So, I just wanted to explain one more topic. Okay. So see here. So there can be two types of URLs. Okay, there can be two types of URL. Okay. So one URL we call it as absolute URLs. Okay. There is one more URL we call it as relative URLs. Okay. You can see the difference. So in the absolute URL, we are telling the address. Okay, how we are specifying the address? It will start from HTTPS. Okay, so we are linking to some external site. Okay, we are linking to some external site. So I'm in W3 school site, but I'm linking to one more site which might be there in some other server. Okay, so in that case, I'm giving the complete link. Okay, so such URL is called as absolute URL. Okay, there is one more type of URL, we call it as a relative URL. Okay, so you can see here we are not specifying HTTP, correct? We are not specifying HTTP, but this file is there in my own server. Okay, it is there in my own server. Okay, so that is why I am just specifying the name of the file. Okay, I'm just specifying the name of the file. Okay, this is one more example. I'm just writing the name of the folder. Okay, in the CSS folder, there is a file called as default.asp. I'm linking to this file which is there in my own server. So that URL is called as relative URL. Okay, so sometimes they may ask you in the exam, explain the types of URL with the example. Okay. So this is about relative and absolute URL. Okay. So moving on to the next topic. To explain one more. Okay, one more tag I will explain. Okay. So we are done. Till here we are done. Okay, till here we are done. So next one more tag I will explain. Image tag. How to get the image. Okay. How to get the image. I want to add an image to your website. Okay. How to add the image. So for that I'll be using img tag. Okay. So img tag. Okay. One more thing you have to remember, there is no open or closing tag for img. It is just a single empty element. It is a single empty element, just like your break. So break also don't have open or closing tag. Even image don't have open or closing tag. It is just a single tag. Okay. It is just a single tag. So how to write the image tag? So image, okay, we are using one attribute. Okay, remember the word, this is called as attribute, and value of the file. Okay, image file. Okay, if it is there in a folder, okay, if it is there in a folder, you have to give the name of the folder. Okay, so I'm giving the name of a image which is already there in the same folder. Okay, which is already there in the same folder. You can see here. So how to display the image? We are using img tag and using source attribute and specifying the source of the file, image file. So this is the file name. Okay, you can give your own file name for displaying the image. Okay, and there are other attributes, alt tag. Okay, so here, assume that browser is not able to display the image. Okay, browser is not able to display the image. Something went wrong, and in that case, some browser are not able to display the image. And I want to give some message to the user. So in that case, I can use alt tag. Okay, the alt tag, it will appear something like this. Okay, so you can give some meaningful message. Okay, telling that something, the image cannot be displayed. Okay. And there is one more. You can give the title. Okay. Title. This is one more attribute. You can give the width. You can give the width. You can give the height to the image. So when I mouse over, you can see the title what I have given, it will appear, the image. Okay. So you can see the width. When I change the width, I'll change the width to 100. Okay. You can see the change in the. Okay. So this is about image tag. Okay. There are different attributes like source, alt, title, width, height. Okay. So they may ask in the exam, explain image tag with an example. Okay. So this is about image tag. Okay. So next tag will continue in the next class. Okay. Any doubt? Any doubt in the tags that we discussed today? Any doubt?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. Create the document and practice. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Try to create your own websites. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ah,
Ma'am, attendance.
attendance. Okay. I'll check with the Microsoft Teams. Okay.
Ma'am.
I'll get the list and I'll check in that list. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
no classes in the afternoon, right, today?
Yeah. But Akka class, you don't have Akka class, right, this week? This week, Savita ma'am, she's in duty, like exam duty. So you don't have Akka class. Okay. Afternoon, I think if the meeting is not scheduled, then you will be free. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. If the meeting is scheduled, then you have to join the meeting. Otherwise, you are free. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Thanks.
Attendance.